Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back once again to this Mania 4Key World Cup 2025. And this is quite of a special block here because it's another lower bracket of the matchup here. It's going to be Canada versus Thailand. I am Bifa and I'll be commentating alongside Raveo. How's it going?
Hello, this is going to be a very spicy one indeed. Seed 8 versus Seed 7 fighting for tournament lives. And
Yeah,
especially since
absolutely.
that, Thailand having to play 2 matches last weekend, Canada only just the 1.
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite, even though we should not talk about how the seed difference is because at this point where in this round seed doesn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things because the pool is getting it's much harder than than before. So you would say that we're at a point where the skill ceiling will be tested for, I guess, how much limit that they can do on the semifinals pool at the very least.
Yeah, this is going to be Canada's best placement in a very long time, I believe since 2016 when they finished in the top 8. Or actually since 2023, my bad. But yeah.
But yeah, I guess in terms of like a primary team roster, Canada should have quite a few that they can actually withstand the amount of with the amount of cruelty for for the map pool itself.
Yeah.
The prize pool are getting much harsher, and then everything else for along those they should be able to tank quite a few of the charts, especially for the high risk when. If you're against Thailand, where Thailand is mostly the, I guess, kind of the more the favorite side of things, and if anything, they just have quite the skill set to go for. And against Canada, it might be a little bit of a toss-up.
Yeah, I think if you are Team Canada, I think your backs are pretty much against the walls for almost every kind of skill set against Thailand. Out of all of the shared maps in the quarterfinals, Canada only has an advantage on Rise 7 last weekend, which was Toki, but that was only by like 1,800 points. And for every other shared map, Thailand has won by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's at this point where you kind of want to know whether Thailand's skill ceiling should lie in, especially when given the performance from last week. I do believe like Proponor played almost all of the picks from like last week or so, or something along those lines. So this is where I think Proponor should shine a little bit more in the late game scenarios.
I mean, not to mention that like 4 of the players are coming back from last year, which means that there are 4 podium places in this match.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, Thailand being protecting. I think a hybrid one. A hybrid one is like the one of the more generic-ish hybrid density pick, and then being contradiction is kind of an interesting ban choice, but not completely unbound because it's really one of the hardest rice picks in the pool.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, how Canada only has an advantage over Thailand on Rise 7 from last weekend, so it kind of makes a bit of sense there for Thailand going for that Rise 7 ban. But now for Canada, I think really they can just kind of ban whatever they don't feel comfortable with, and it's probably going to be one of the L-Nets. Oh, it's actually going to be a hybrid, so hybrid 2!
Yeah, actually, pretty smart ban actually for Canada. They don't really want to risk anything other than just straight up shieldy patterns or even long jacks to come into equation. That's what that's what we think about this pick in particular. But this does leave both those originals up here, so they are particularly comfortable with long nodes and hybrid-ish picks here. So it could be anything, whether or not Canada decides to go with Rice first or whatever. Thailand. We're gonna have to withstand the amount of the amount of power level that the Canada does have.
Yeah, also the fact that Thailand placed second on Hybrid 2 from last weekend and first on Hybrid 3 from last weekend. So Thailand are pretty much now giving public information that they are hybrid monsters.
Though I think in this case, Hybrid 3 is kind of a special case. since
Yeah.
it's way different in terms. I guess not way different. It's just that in terms of map structure, it's like unlike anything you've ever seen in Hybrid 3.
It's a pretty brutal Hybrid 3. So far we've seen, I believe, 4 teams have played it.
Well, it's just almost all teams do play at least for a good solid 2 matches out of 3, something like that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the scores, like Indonesia have like a 2.95, South Korea has a 2.92. It can be quite brutal.
Yeah, we'll see, because Canada needs to take their time here to make sure they don't go they don't go haywire on their first pick. This is pretty important information that Thailand can do. Actually, can actually counteract the Canada's pick if Thailand can decide to go to breakpoint. But this is actually the first time I've seen this pick for any other matches so far.
Yeah,
and Canada was bold by doing this. So,
So Canada did not play Rise 5 last weekend. Thailand did, and they got 4th with a 2.986 million score. So this is just Canada wanting to like take up the challenge, I guess.
This is quite the pick for Canada. This is pretty bold for Canada to pick this against Thailand. this chart is just it's just very chaotic in its nature on doing anything other than just straight up tech. Because this is high 19s, like at their best charting this.
Yeah, and we should see the typical Thailand Rise team, which should be Paponga, Konkawi, and Pavin. Or maybe we could see like a surprise player in Archie, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
It should be Paponga. I mean, you can make an argument that Archie could play this as well, but I think it depends on whether or not Archie's physical ceiling should hit after the quarterfinals, or whether or not it's just uncharted territory and where the physical limitations lie.
And also, this is the first time we're seeing Mai in quite some time, I think. They did not play last weekend.
We'll see how this pick pans out here for Canada. Hopefully, they should be able to take quite a bit of a punishment in terms of this chart, in terms of how it's structured like that.
It is already brutal right off the bat. We see Mai picking up a 200 from that long jack. But Paponga, that's very messy.
Massive drop here in the intro.
That is gonna hurt.
Not quite the start you were looking for. Maya as well, actually taking up a few 200s on the flamps.
Yeah, but this is already going to give a pretty nice lead to Canada right off the bat. It is only just by 9,000 points.
Looking rather solid right out of the gate, although the lead's kind of shrinking a little bit. Mai's taking multiple 200s here. Paponga is recovering quite nicely, so at that point, Thailand needs to keep up and elevate the accuracy here.
Yeah, Konkawi definitely pulling the strings for Thailand to try and pull this lead back towards their favor. Paponga also, like you mentioned, recovering quite well. It is now really just up to Canada to see if they can hold on to their accuracy and keep it consistent.
Pattern's getting a little bit more abrasive, but as time goes on, it's just consistency check. And this is what Canada really needed.
Yeah, some of these patterns are also extremely uncomfortable.
Those patterns are just really rude here. Almost everyone just not taking any more further damage out of the long jacks here. 200 from the Sawdust Inhaler here. Actually, Link's kind of shrinking to 4,000 now.
Yeah, I believe either Tonk or Sawdust had a big accuracy drop. It's one or the other. But that has definitely cut that lead down.
The rapid burst and everything in between is just screaming whether this map ends here, because the lead is not just changing.
Oh my gosh. It's shrinking though because accuracy from Tong has dropped again and it's going to shrink to 2000. If Paponga can still hold on to this and build some accuracy back up towards the end of the map, we might actually see this lead swing.
We're at the point where one miss could easily spelling doom here, and at that point, Canada's managing to run.
Oh my god, I think Canada just managed to hold, just don't mess up the end, and that is 785 points to Canada despite a 3-way FC. That was so close. Konkawi?
It's still 5 FCs and 1 V1 nonetheless on the side of Konkawi after everything they've thrown at you so far. Canada's looking kinda... This week is good, but it's a little bit sketchy towards the end.
I mean, it was only good because Paponga had that abrupt mess up at the first, 150 notes. That was the only reason why Canada won that.
Yeah, the long jack after burst transition at the intro is what it really just decides to.
But hopefully that is kind of a good wake-up call to Thailand, just to get some of their nerves down.
Yeah, so Thailand's here, you would assume I think they're gonna go for long notes here, but maybe they don't want to just stay out of that Rise mix. Everything else is just consistency for Rise, and Canada is looking pretty okay in terms of full combo consistency.
I'm thinking maybe one of the 2 hybrids. Oh wow, they're going Rise 2. Okay. Huh.
I mean, it's not completely. It's sensible. It's just whether or not they can outact in Canada in some way.
Very interesting. Both these teams did not play Rise 2 in the quarterfinals, but both teams did play Rise 2 in the round of 16. With Canada having a very small advantage, so it's really just nothing. This is going to be a very interesting pick from Thailand to just start off the match for themselves.
Yeah, 270 jump stream with some anchors here and there. It is pretty light, however, so it gives you more control in terms of getting ratios on this. But whether or not you miss because of the anchors is another question.
270 BPM is quite destructive to your stamina. Even though it's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah, but it's also light, so it's not necessarily dense. It's just anchoring, and that's where the whether or not you have the control on doing that.
Yeah, that's fair. To some, 270 BPM might be too slow.
Well, I mean, if it's hand straight, you would actually think otherwise.
Yeah, so far so good from the side of Thailand this time. No major mess up to begin the map, so they have the lead so far with accuracy, just from Tonk.
Yeah, no surprises at the intro. It's just all full-on brawl of jump streams. Although, actually, yeah, Parpomber is the first miss there, actually. Gonna give a lead to Canada even more.
Yeah, they were the only player to fall in the first map, and now they become the next player to fall again.
Yeah, it's just that one singular mistake here from Thailand, but although Canada needs to get that accuracy back up because Maya is now slowly creeping down below the 99.85 range. Tong is recovering quite nicely even after that slip up on the accuracy with 200s.
Well, the thing is, Paponga is able to also just slowly recover their accuracy, so this lead is going to shrink, and it could even slingshot itself to Thailand if Canada continued to drop a bit of accuracy. Maya just did right there. So now it's 3-digit lead to Canada.
Parponga's fighting against Tonk here, like now the same accuracy or even above that, and now Thailand's gonna take the lead a little bit because of that accuracy difference. Maya is down to like below 83%. Solus and Taylor now dropping below 99.9%.
Oh, this could be brutal for Canada. Thailand might be able to tug this lead back towards their favor, towards the end of this map. Can they do it? Can they finally get a point on the board? Or will Papunga's miss be the one? Stop
No way! 75 points!
Again.
That is another spelling of doom here. Canada takes the break point out of that.
Once again, Papunga. The reason why Canada take this 2-0 lead. Unbelievable. You have to give credit to Canada as well. Their consistency today has been immense, but my goodness, Thailand, look at those ratios! 71, 85, 124, and it's still not enough.
It's just
one
singular mistake makes you're basically undoing that progress.
Oh, this is morale crushing, but surely for Thailand, there are a lot of maps left to play. But for Canada, you gotta be feeling good. The consistency that you guys have, even though accuracy department, like you're definitely losing, but you're able to keep the combo together.
Yeah, this is where the game now lies. Now, you may be good in getting accuracy, but if your combo is not consistent, well, all that progress of getting that high score, it will be gone in seconds.
Yeah, but now back to Canada's pick. The pick that you just had was not a comfy one. Neither was the second Rise pick, so will you still stay in the Rise? Do you really have many other options?
I think at that point, Canada doesn't have that many options in terms of their picking strategy. I would say Gekisho Infinity is a little bit volatile because it's just donks and it's not that far off in terms of Rise 1, but apparently they go with Long Node 1,
okay,
missing 2 times.
And I believe this is Canada's Protect, so they're going to get it out of the way now.
I'm slightly concerned because I haven't seen much of how Canada plays long nose, or I guess maybe I just have been missing out.
Well, they did play LN1 from last weekend, which was Golden Ray. They did get a 2.962 million, 11th out of 24 scores. However, Thailand did play Golden Ray as well. And Thailand have a 2.976 mil, and they are third on that out of 24 scores. So there's a 14,000 point advantage to Thailand for that.
Oh, this is quite of an interesting situation. I did not expect before the match even starts. I did not expect Canada to protect any long node things against Thailand.
Yeah. I can definitely agree. I think protecting LN against Thailand of all teams is very bold.
Yeah, let's see if Canada doesn't or will not end up missing, because otherwise it would be missing couple of chances here.
Let's see if they know something we don't.
Well, I mean, at this point, you would have to expect long node releases and coordinations being buffed up to 11.
Yeah, I'm just mostly curious as to why Canada decided to protect this, and so far, I mean, they are kind of keeping pace with Thailand. Again, accuracy not matching, but they are keeping pace, and that's quite important.
Well, I mean, I guess that they do have the combo potential here, so any accuracy deficit is gonna offset the shortcomings of not having that much better accuracy. But apparently, it's kind of blatant because we see below 99.5 on the side of Tong here, and everything else from Thailand is like 99.8 on average.
Yeah, just that one accuracy discrepancy from the side of Canada. Meanwhile, Papunga doing all they can to try and redeem themselves for the last 2 maps. holding a 99.72 FC, so doing pretty well for Thailand, and Maya will be the first one to drop this time around for Canada.
Yeah, this time Canada does slip up a little bit here.
Ooh.
Two Canadians there slip up here. Only one on the side of Tong, which is might be the worst one actually, because if you have full combo on lowest accuracy here, it's like a 5-digit lead to Thailand, and it does seem like Proponga seem to atone their sins here for missing twice in the previous two maps.
They did drop some accuracy down to 99.6, but it's really just a very small dent as to what happened with Sawdust and Maya. Both holding the best accuracy for Canada and then dropping is just not what you want to see.
Yeah, it's just kind of consistent at this point. The chart itself doesn't change too much in terms of like variety of patterns, and it just what having how it does best. It really comes to. It really just a showcase of whether or not you do not want to mess up with Thailand's LN scores here.
Yeah, consistency and experience, that's for sure. When you can do a pattern well and you see this pattern being done over and over again, you just execute it perfectly, flawlessly. And Thailand, well, make it 3 misses from Canada, they're gonna run away with it now. And this is surely Thailand's point.
Literally 3 FCs to 0, and that's just where the lead just goes to really high for Thailand.
Yeah. This is gonna be a pretty sick team score if Thailand are able to see this one out.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of random snappings there at the ending, I guess, but I guess nothing too major for Thailand to be able to take a 3-way full combo on this. Are you supposed to get 99.8? Are you supposed to get 995k on this? This is kind of illegal though.
Is that 2 995? No, 1 995.
Almost 995 from
almost
Kokawa
995.
there. Wait, hang on.
Holy!
200s for both having a Kokawa?
Now that is what you call consistency.
Yeah, well, apparently Canada did get a little bit overconfident there on picking this, although it is their protect, and then it got backfired so heavily.
There was definitely an effort made, however, you are going up against the team that finished 3rd last year, against a skill set that Thailand are very well known to be godlike at.
Yeah, Proponga also did a ton of sins there. We're getting a full combo by themselves as well, even beating out just every single Canadian players here.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of a confidence booster for Proponga not to getting misses on the previous 2 maps, which definitely getting some nerves into it.
Yeah, hopefully this will be the morale booster, not just for Proponga, but also just for the entire team, now that they have a point on the board, and it is their pick as well.
Are you supposed to pick like a hybrid 1 or something along those lines? And then,
I think they can.
And that's what
they honestly could. There we go.
There you go. All right. Just kind of call it at that instant.
Gonna manifest it.
Well, it is protect, but whether or not Canada takes this point is kind of messed up. Huh?
I mean, Canada did ban hybrid too, so it kind of shows that Canada might not be too comfortable with the hybrids. And it does seem like Canada will be having a swap.
Looks like maybe Verdon playing hybrids here this time, because it is dense for a hybrid.
Yeah, I think Maya should be swapping out for Verdon. But for Thailand, I'm expecting maybe matcha latte. But we'll have to see.
Oh, apparently Nemesis in the chat. I don't know if actually Nemesis played for Canada or something.
I mean, Nemesis
play on this hybrid.
Nemesis did play like last week against LN 1, LN 2. So unless there's gonna be 2 swaps from Canada, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and at the same time, Thailand will not budge with this main roster. At this point, it's just the same three-man team.
I mean, like you mentioned as well, Paponga is going to scale quite crazily now that we're in the semi-finals. So perhaps having Paponga in instead of Matcha Latte is still going to be fine for them.
I mean, at that point, Paponga is your everyday late game player, so you would have to slot in one for every single semifinals plus pools, I think.
Yep. Oh wait, are we just gonna stick with the 6? I thought we would be seeing swaps. Okay. Mai staying.
I mean, at this point, Maya should be fine with handling density in this chart because it's quite dense for, I guess, more of a variety of hybrid patterns in here. It should be fine, I think.
Yeah, let's see how Canada will respond to Thailand's Protect as Thailand did to their own Protect.
Yeah, hopefully no early mistakes because that's what happened.
Oh boy.
Literally on Paponga's side.
Yeah, and once again, Paponga being the weakest link of Thailand, so hopefully they are able to keep things tidy.
It would be kind of funny if it's actually like a protect for protect, which also means it actually won by breakpoints.
I mean, there's no lead. I want to say there's a lead, but I don't know if there's a lead.
There's not a lead. At that point, the lead is pretty much irrelevant until you get someone to miss.
Okay, I think the lead is not stabilizing towards Thailand because all of Canada kind of dropped a little bit there in the dense portions, and I'll go back into some dense LN and some rice.
It's just hybrid. It is what hybrid really encapsulates. Apparently, yeah, actually the accuracy is kind of altering for Sawdust in the Halo side at 99.6.
Yeah.
Everyone else on the 99.7 pluses. And Pavia, at some reason, 99.9.
Yeah, like what the heck is going on between Pavin and Konkawi? They are just completely destroying these maps so far. And this is actually quite a healthy lead now for Thailand despite all 6 FCs intact, just 8,500, but Paponga is doing really well to keep it in Thailand's favor.
Yeah, keeping it together is just really what really actually it's kind of messed up to get a 6-way FC, no?
I mean, the map's about to end if no one does a blip. And that's a 6-way FC, my goodness! I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. That's a V1 nonetheless.
I don't wanna. What is that from Pavin?
1,200 for Kakawe, mine with 1 as well, and the only thing that is not a like cleanest full combo is just Sawdust in Hell with 250s for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, Canada showing that they did not need any swaps. That's a very solid team score from Canada. However, Thailand happened.
2-2. This is in the ball is in Canada's court right now. In regards to the rice mix, I don't know. At this point, they don't really want to pick LNs at this point.
I mean, it's very difficult when you're Canada and you're just looking at these teams from Thailand on the hybrid, on the LN. You're just like, well, I guess our only option might just be rice. Unless they still have something up their sleeves.
I would call hybrid 3 like there's a term in like the 7Q World Cup. It's like an EX pick, and then I would consider hybrid 3 to be the EX pick, I think.
Yeah. Go back to 7K MWC.
It's so out of the ordinary that at that point you just not aim for accuracy and just coming all the way through. And I think that's what happened. That's what really hybrid 3 plays like.
Yeah, just that one anomaly map that is just really tough.
Yeah, the special case of that. Okay, there you go. Actually, Gekisha Infinity is not. It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, you did have this as a shout.
Not a bad pick, but what do you even pick up with the other Rice options? I think even Rice 4 is. I mean, the Core Jack pick is like kind of. It's pretty sketchy for that for against Thailand.
I'm trying to see if Canada have played any Core Jacks before. They have back in the round 16. They were decent, but it's not like extraordinary. So Rice 4 could be very risky.
And at this point, you wouldn't really expect that Thailand, two main carries being Pav and Konkawi, should be able to shred the whole map pool, I think, in general. But it's just whether or not Proponga can keep up with the beasts, which are Canada. With at the very least, they have it on the competitive level, and Proponga needs to beat out every single Canadian to get it out of the system.
Yeah. I mean, we are now playing a best of 7.
Mirrors coming out here for Pavin. I haven't seen Pavin play using Mirror in a while.
Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Only time will tell.
Because if you haven't seen using mirrors in a while, then it just goes to show that they really practice a lot, and at that point, they probably might block something.
It's more than likely. Which is why it could be a bad thing, but it could also be a good thing if it helps alleviate that mind block.
Good intro, actually, for both teams. Good job, good job.
It's just one of many.
All 9 9s except for Mike.
And it seems like accuracy is also stabilizing a bit from Canada's side as is Thailand's. Paponga back up to 99.9.
I haven't seen Proponga getting 99.9 in a while now for one of the Rice picks.
I mean, it is flickering between 8-9 and 9-0, but they are definitely keeping up with Konkawi and Kevin a lot more than the rest of the maps that Paponga has played so far. And actually, Pavin picking up an accuracy drop there.
Lead is irrelevant until we get to literally real accuracy drops like that. Pavin with them actually 2 misses.
Oh no. Yeah, and that's gonna be very messy from the side of Thailand.
Yeah, now Lee's is there. It's like almost 5-digit Canada, but they're not out of the woods yet.
Oh, definitely not. And like knowing the first 2 maps, they are definitely not out of the woods. But this could definitely help. Double miss from Thailand. Pavin and Paponga dropping their FCs. Only 1 FC to 3. Canada with a chokehold on this lead now. 20,000 points. Wow.
This is looking very solid here for Canada. I take that back. I thought this pick would be sketchy here, but apparently capitalizing on the fact with the dumb streaming patterns, and this is really what's helping Canada afloat.
Yeah, and another miss for Paponga. This is the nail in the coffin for this map. Canada will take the lead again. It's 3-2. And this is the most convincing one.
Well, I guess four-way FC, I guess, because Konkawi. Apparently, that's on B1 double S.
Oh my gosh!
And Soda's Inhaler competing against Konkawi in the B1 double S. That's a nasty team score.
My gosh, I think that might be the best one on this map so far.
Yeah, this is
might be the Hong Kong's.
Oh boy!
Wow.
You're at a point that Rice Picks is looking to be good for Canada. Although I wouldn't say for sure about the Rice 3 or Rice 4 even.
Yeah, and Thailand are going for their bread and butter, which is LNs.
Microwaving your cat, or whatever the song title is.
Microwaving something. Cat.
Oh yeah.
Cat
okay.
Evolve. something something.
Well, okay, I thought it was gonna be microwaving your cat bear, but apparently that's way too extreme of a title.
It is too non-PG. The cat has evolved.
Sure, okay. The most variety of a long note pick. Although by most variety, it's also the longest pick of the entire map pool.
3.5 minutes and a bit.
Be real with you, this is this song is I just can't take this song serious. I kinda despise it. The more it gets big, I just don't like it.
I mean, I feel like that is like Chameleon's shtick now. It's like sometimes he makes very gimmicky songs, and sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. But you know, Chameleon, all the same.
It gets more grating every time. I think and that's what I want to call it.
I mean, it's been played twice. Or it's not twice, thrice. So this is 4 out of 4.
Yeah, there you go. I think this is also a submission for like what tournament? Actually, the mapping contest or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of crazy to see that in here. It with upgrades, that is.
Yeah, 1.05. Yeah, this is a part of the monthly beat mapping contest, I believe, in May of last year. Just with a couple of edits.
Yeah, let's see. Now, actually, yeah, Verdon's been swapping out with Tom here, which should be alleviating some of that issues with the long notes.
Yeah, we've rarely seen any swaps so far in this lobby, so that's probably going to be one of the very few.
Yeah, let's see if the variety gets in their way in terms of accuracy, because this pick is long, so any mistakes bound to fluctuate some of these longer releases here.
And also, because it is a long map, mistakes are going to hurt a little bit less unless it is a very messy drop.
Yeah, showering with long notes every now and again. These are pretty consistent scores all around. Maybe the only outlier is that the lowest score being Verdon's side, 9.6%. Everything else is at 9.7 across.
Oh, but that's the first draw of the lobby. Verdon stopping in for Canada. So far, not so good over on that side.
The cats got in the way on the microwave there.
Oh dear. I mean, Paponga dropping a little bit of accuracy will alleviate this lead a little bit, but there has to be a lot more from the side of Thailand if Canada want to take this lead back.
Yeah, we're at a second half, and it's just this grating Ellen Graces or whatever.
Yeah, these very funny bursts with the meows.
Very expressive charting, but Verdon takes a second miss here. FC is still intact for the rest of the 5 players.
Yeah, it was a clean miss from Verdon as well, but that's not gonna help Canada at all.
I'm gonna take issues with how the 2 players that are getting the 99.8s here, this is not actual Allen releases, that is.
And Verdon will pick up another drop, and this lead is going to extend towards Thailand's favor. 18,000 and climbing.
Yeah, 3 misses against 0.
Make
4
that 4
misses against 0.
Yeah, and that'll be 5 as Maya drops as well as 1 FC to 3, and Thailand should be able to run away with it. My goodness.
I don't understand how 99.8 is possible for this chart.
Yeah, and we're seeing 2 of it.
How?
I mean, last year's 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, even with that, team score, that's 2.98, I think. Or maybe 2.97, I guess. But you get the idea.
2.976,
How?
yeah.
How? There's no way it's V1SS. No way, dude!
What? 2! I'm already astonished to see 1. What do you mean by 2? What do you mean by 2 V1SSs? Thailand, calm down.
Yeah, just put Pavan and Konkawa 1v1 here. You just get astonished everywhere.
And obviously that's the best team score on LN4 by a mile.
No shot. That's V1SSable at this stage of the game.
And we see 2.
Well, Canada's turn to pick now, and they have 3 rice picks remaining. Pick your poison.
Would the safest one be Rice 1 or Rice 3?
I would expect, okay,
Okay.
I guess the next sensible choice is that, because how dumb patterns work for them. This is just Stream, and Stream that is running at 350. It's consistent at that.
I mean, like I said, like, Canada from the very beginning has already had their backs against the walls, really, with what they can pick. So this is really just the next best option with the remaining maps.
This is also an extremely important point here for Thailand, because
Yes.
If they manage to break point out of this, they have 2 LNs and a hybrid at their disposal, and it is not looking pretty for Canada to get to that point.
Yeah, just looking at like the maps remaining, like Thailand definitely have this pool in the palm of their hands. And like Canada, if they lose this, they can only really save themselves with a Rice 3 or Rice 4. At least on paper anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Korjak pick is ever so slightly concerned it gets to that point.
Yeah, Rice 4 saving them. I mean Rice 4 like Hot Jacks really quote unquote saving anyone is a stretch.
There's only that one particular section in the Korjak pack, which is the polyrhythmic section, and other than that, it's just 153 BPM Korjak. But this time around, we're gonna get to the 350 streams, and yeah, let's see how this actually pans out there. Thailand should be able to warm after getting the dumb stream chart that we saw earlier from Shingren. This time, it's 350.
Yeah, we are really just elevating the BPM. But so far,
I mean,
in
not,
this intro,
not necessarily elevating. It's just around a similar speed, just a different style of it.
yeah.
I'm okay, dude. 99.9. This intro, that's just not right to me.
Yeah. As you would expect in semi-finals.
Semifinals on a lower bracket. That's just not. That just doesn't feel right. This is a lower bracket. Any mistake could bound to spell doom, and if one of these teams get eliminated, I'll be very sad. But at some point, they will have to do and to have to fight with their spot. There's no way. This is still.
Oh my gosh. This
is still going.
It's just Mai, I think. I think Thailand should have this like technical lead because of my
How is this?
but like
How is this
oh
still
my gosh.
0.9 across Thailand? What?
How did 99.9 across like everyone? But Mai does find a bit of a drop there, so the lead now stabilizing towards Thailand, but you call this a lead, I mean it's 1,000 points.
Oh, there's a 200 from Maya, late 200s at that.
Oh.
But that's still order of this though.
Oh no!
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, if Mai is picking up a 200, who knows what will happen from this point onwards, and they find 2 mistakes, and this should be in Thailand's bag now.
Yeah, losing steam there for Maya.
It's always not good when you know you're cracking up, and once that crack does happen.
Understandably so. Okay. I'm still gonna mention that Proponga is picking up the slack here. Like, goodness me. Goodness me. 4 200s versus 1, that's a 2v1 double S's, and these scores are just not right to me.
2988.
996 average, that's normal. Normal, quote unquote.
I mean, again, no other team has gotten close. I think the best is Indonesia with a 2969. That's 19,000 points higher. What is Thailand doing?
That's just a lower bracket matchup to you, man. You pick up a fight against Canada, and then in retaliation you pick up a fight against Thailand, and then it's just gonna go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, at least the solace of this is that Canada will still have a pick regardless of what happens next, because Thailand, if they do win their pick, which will be LN2, they will be on match point.
Oh, I actually think this is, I would say, the least sensible one out of the longer than hybrid picks remaining. This is just dense. This is just density, and Canada has some traits on picking more density charts, other than the fact that it's a variety thing.
True, but Canada and Thailand did play LN2 last weekend. Thailand had a 2974, and Canada has a 2938. So about a 36,000 point difference.
Yeah, out of the fact that at the back of the business, that is. But yeah, regardless, it's just I would say it's not that not the biggest fan of the pick, I think, for Thailand.
I mean, I guess it's not extremely safe because it is like LN density and it's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah, Canada needs to pull themselves back together here, as the 3-man team for LM's going to be staying the same as is.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if Matcha Latte will be playing this one, or rather or not, it's just saying hi and then just leaves.
Matcha Latte just coming in to have their greetings and then dip. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Matcha Latte doesn't play this. I think Pirate Kokawa and Paponga are definitely well suited enough to play LN density at this stage.
Yeah, they're definitely after what happened with Microwave Cat, it's just well, it's a given. Okay, apparently, yeah, Matcha Latte is just gonna say hi and greetings out. Paponga's still playing it.
Yeah, not a huge surprise.
Yeah, apparently it's just I don't know, man. It's just a thing. Whether the player just comes in, just leaves the bout out of the lobby.
Golf.
I just got scared when the Trills shows up like this, because it can go so haywire with this.
Yeah, if you mess up that trill at the start, you could mess up the whole thing, and then who knows what your accuracy will look like at the end of it, but everyone doing pretty well. Pavin maybe a little too well.
Konkawa actually surprisingly taking up few 200s, actually.
Yeah. Especially Konkawa performing on par with Paponga, but Pavin is there to pick up the pieces and hold on to this lead for now.
Yeah, Verdun actually gradually taking up fewer drops on the accuracy drops, like 200s or maybe even earlier hits, just to let go a little bit earlier than it used to be. But it's still kind of sketchy for, I guess, given 6-way FC still.
Yeah, it is a 6-way FC halfway through the map. Accuracies are terrifyingly favoring Thailand, but this is still within a combo break range.
I get so scared whenever the late hits comes in, because otherwise it would be an overhold.
Yeah, you can also see like the hit error bars as well. Some of these players releasing some of these LNs a little late, like Verdun.
I mean, it's on par for the course if you're not that much of a sharpshooter, but 200 counts are just quite the roof here for Verdun, I think it seems like. 99.5. And probably maybe actually taking a little small dip, but nothing too major. 5-digit lead already to this far in.
Yeah. And it's really off the back of Pavin having an incredible performance, as they always do on LNs, but that is disgusting. 996k, that has to be a V1SS as well.
No, that's not V1SS.
It's
I saw a 200 right at the full inverse there, but regardless though, 996.6 is just illegal to me.
Yeah, and just very good scores all around, the lowest being Verdun with a 984k.
And shoutouts as well for Sonos Inhaler hanging on with the 1-200 as well. Could
Yeah.
have been in the B1SS as well, but that is a match point for Thailand, 5-3, and Canada is still down by 2 points, and they need to win 2 straight picks. And everything else, Canada's point has to be the either 2 of the rice picks.
Okay.
Or they're gonna go with the Hail Mary with the hybrid pick.
Bets on Rice 3 or Rice 4?
Or hybrid 3, but
Hybrid 3, which
it's not.
I'm on the fence. I don't know if going for hybrid 3 would be good. I mean, surely Rice 3 now, right?
It has to be Rice 3. I do not see Rice 4 coming out of this.
Oh boy.
It has to be Violent Storm. I really do not see any reason to pick or Saint Patron. That's just not the pick that you're gonna go for. Although maybe Saint Patron could be one thing that Canada has in mind, probably.
Gosh, this is such a difficult spot. Like, I'm just looking at some of the scores that Thailand have set last weekend as well. It's like, what do you even go for? Like, Thailand have number 1 on Rice 3, number 2 on Rice 4, number 1 on Hybrid 3. Oh my god, they're doing Kojak. They're doing it. Hail Mary's thrown. They're going for Kojak.
I don't like this. I don't like this pick at all, I think.
I can actually understand. Because Thailand, when they played this, I believe against Brazil, they didn't really have that good of a score. But that's because I think they had a mess up.
I mean, sure, but that's also out of the fact that Achi plays now for Kojak pick, and they do know how to ratio, and these players do know how to keep the 300 count low. But whether or not the miss count is subject to some debate.
Yeah, I mean Archie. Okay, so Danger and Danger, which was Rice for last weekend, Thailand played it twice against Brazil and Japan, and Archie played both times. Against Brazil, they had like a 4-200, 3-100. Like it's a very messy score. But then against Japan, Archie had 30 300s. So it's a flip of the coin.
Actually, this time Konkawa is not playing this. Proponga is staying in.
Okay, no, that does make sense because Proponga did play Rice 4 last weekend.
It may be a good thing, but at the same time, when the pick is actually a little bit faster but awkward in terms of Kojak control, it's just up in the air, really.
I'm also a bit concerned as to how Canada are going to scale in semi-finals Kojaks.
Looks like they're probably going for triple mirror, I think, for Thailand, yeah?
Oh boy. A triple mirror and a triple non-mirror.
Well, if Canada is comfortable with not using no mirrors at all,
it's gonna be perfect symmetry.
100% for Pavin. Gonna keep intact until 200 notes in. No, never mind.
Actually, a bit of a shaky start for Proponga as is Sawdust.
I mean, at this point, it's just 3-note jack control, which this tends to be in the intro. Yeah. And then the other section would be the polyrhythmic chord jack that is tend to be one of the main victims out of this chart.
I mean, we've only seen this once, and that was South Korea, Peru.
So far, it's looking fine. I mean, the lead is just non-existent. And then this section is just mostly polyrhythmic chord track, like I was talking about before.
And some of the accuracies have been tanking because of that polyrhythm chord track. Archie's still staying strong though, 99.97.
Yeah, the only key difference here, Archie's now at 99.98. That lead is non-existent though.
Okay, it is in Thailand's favor, mostly because of Archie. You can see like Pavan cancelling out my...
across.
Yeah. Like we got two players cancelling out against each other on both sides. It's just Archie with the 9-7.
Don't want to get too complacent with that.
No!
Oh no!
Why would you miss that?
Understandably so, because of the one-handed jet control. There goes Sauna's inhaler as well.
This could be the start of the end for Canada's World Cup.
They were handling out so well to that break section there. Tong, another mistake coming out of that. And Thailand is just cruise control up until this point.
Yeah, Thailand can afford multiple misses and they will still have this lead.
My goodness me, this is quite a disastrous situation, which I really don't like about Korchak, because at that point of the game, it's just a mental break, and apparently Canada is quite shattered at this point.
Yeah, apart from Mai still holding the torch high for Canada towards the end of this map, 99.92, but it is looking very likely that Thailand are going to run away for 6.
This is their last swan song for Canada, and they have to say goodbye. But having with the one mistake out of Thailand here, it's not going to be enough at all here. Actually takes the cake to being MVP with a monstrous performance. The 83 V1 double S score here.
That is half of my.
That is indeed half of my 300 count right here. And Canada, what a solid run here to this entire tournament here. Picking up 3 points against Thailand. Unfortunately though, with how lower bracket goes, Canada gets their 07s in there, paying respect there for absolutely monstrous run in the tournament. And congrats as well for Thailand, still moving on to face their next opponent in the lower bracket.
Yeah, and that's Hong Kong, by the way. Oh boy. I mean, if I'm Hong Kong, I'm sweating.
I mean, it's not getting any better, because Hong Kong against Thailand is the only one of that team has to go through to the finals.
Oh boy, and also like seeing how well Thailand performed. I mean, they were shaky at the start, given a couple of drops left and right, but they managed to pull ahead towards the end of that match.
What a run out of this lower bracket matchup here. Only thing left is just the other 4 matches remaining here. The other 2 lower bracket matches coming up is just going to be South Korea and Indonesia, and then Hong Kong versus Thailand. And everything else is just winners bracket on the higher end of it.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild to see now.
Yeah, and speaking of which, one of those upper bracket matches will be starting in 5 hours from now. United States against Chile. Definitely not 2 teams I would expect to be meeting in the semifinals winners bracket, but alas, here we are.
Yeah, it's just another repeat of the 2017 series, you know? It's just United States
yeah.
was also the kind of thing that you know, they have their respective carriers. Although US has everyone, and Chile has quite a bit of a tough uphill to climb, because you're facing against US, and US has their capabilities of handling everything.
Yeah, this is going to be a rematch, I believe, of the 2024 semifinals. So you might want to keep yourself tuned in 5 hours. But until then, you might want to go over to the O store to purchase some team banners. Mifa, if you want to elaborate more on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you might all know, banners are available in the O store. You can check out the O store. You can purchase the favorite team banners here to support your favorite teams in the Mania World Cup, and you can even stack some like a lot of the banners for your profile page, and maybe you can. Yeah, all of it. You can even purchase like all 32 team banners, that is, and even to stack it in the profile page. And if your team happens to end up winning for the 4K Mania World Cup, you can even get to keep that winning team banner for a little bit longer than it used to be. And even then, you get some bragging rights while you do so.
Yep, it all sounds very sweet. So without further ado, we can close off this stream and we'll see you all for United States against Chile in 5 hours.
Yeah, this has been Mifa and Ravel. We'll be signing off.
I watched it fall